Every single story shared on Unstoppable Live is a learning experience. You can watch, take a listen, and learn something from what someone else went through. And though I'm calling it a story, these are real life situations that people went through. Listen, we've listened to all different types of stories in the episodes shared on Unstoppable Live. Sad, happy, interesting, and every single one you can get something out of it. Like this one right here that you're about to watch, for example. Take a listen to this one that was shared on Unstoppable Live some time ago.
At first, when I meet my husband, my boyfriend at the time, so therefore, my friend they asked me from overseas to do his mommy hair, so I did go ahead and I go ahead and do her hair. So therefore, a friend of mine daughter was coming by my house. So the little girl reached by my house. I finished do the braiding and stuff. So I see this gentleman at the bus stop and hurry, trying to get back home. And I just asked him. He was smiling when I was crossing the road. Me and my daughter was walking, and I asked him, "Do you see um a certain number bus? I'm not gonna say what number bus passed." And he like, "Oh, it just passed." I'm like, "Geez." And he like, "Why you in such a hurry?" And I never in a much talking, so I don't answer. My daughter is very polite. She do all the talking and answering. So he like, she like, "Oh, my mommy just finished doing her braids and it looks so nice." So I'm just standing there smiling because she can handle herself well because she not really love people talk to me like that. She becomes jealous, especially when some man try to knock on me. So I was there and I was smiling and he said, I have two daughters. I want you to do them here. I'm like, "Oh, you're just lying." Anyway, I don't really feel like talking. He asked me for my number. I did not give him it at the time. So therefore, he's still consistent asking for the number, and I just stand here smiling. I smile a lot. I always have a smile on my face. It doesn't matter what mood, I have a smile on my face. So my daughter just fed up at him, keep asking, and she know that I don't return calls because man always asking for number. So she just give him my number. I'm like, "Oh, you forgive him my number?" And she like, "Mom, I'm sick and tired for him. I keep asking for the number for the last half an hour. Stand up here, so I just give it to him." And she touched me and said, "Mommy, I don't know how you stay already. No, you're not return a call." So after we go home, he keep calling and he keep calling, but it just it's like my busy signal related. Be busy even when I not do anything. So this Friday, my girlfriend said, "Why not go ahead and meet him?" I not even remember what he looked like, but we do go and I meet up with him, and we was having a conversation and stuff. And I said to him, "Listen, I'm single. You said that you're in a relationship with somebody, but you break up. Check me back whenever that lady move out because she was on the verge of moving out. So therefore now, when at that same time when we was talking, I said to him, "You see, if you're gonna be with me, you're gonna be with me. When I have the time for Dolly House, when I get too old for this, and when I have my daughter, I have to set an example for her." So therefore, he said, "No, as the first time I see you, I just love you one time." I say, "You can just see somebody and love them like that." He said, "Yeah, I do love you." I'm like, "Really? But you know about me for love me?" I say, "You see, if you be with me, if you gonna be with me forever." Because I done with all them dolly house and displaying. Because I rather be in my church and serving God because I'm going to church now when I'm baptized and all of that, I'm being saved. And he like, "No problem, I will come to church as well too." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I end up walk and we go around and we walk and I show him where I live. And then we keep talking over the phone and stuff and thing like that because he was an officer. So most of the time he did work on some long duty. So we talk over the phone. Okay. So we enter in a relationship now and stuff. We have a really rough start, a lot of personal things going on with me and him as well, a lot of stuff going on with him. So therefore, we have like a cuss out and like a fight out and all these things are going because we end up live together now. because the situation join us together. So therefore now we have such a rough spot. So therefore where we was living, we have to move. So when I move, where I end up move and live now, it's my aunt's house. So we don't have to think about rent and certain stuff where we live in. So we're much more relaxed and we don't have to fuss and things much easier. So therefore, when we're here and stuff like that, everything nice, we are good, we live go happy and stuff. This day now, I see always use his phone. I don't really bother him and his phone, which I'm a praying person. I don't know who believe in God, but I do believe in God. And personally, he would don't ram for pam me late at night when me asleep and wake me to pray. And even when I don't want to pray and I argue with God and like, listen, you know what our Father prayer me I say, because me tired and me want to sleep, even though we know we're selfish at times. And me end up our Father lead to like 2 hours and 3 hours of praying. Sometimes you're not even too sure what you're praying for, but when it happened, God show me why I was praying. So therefore, I always been praying because from day one, I give my relationship to God. And I say, God, I tired of all the run up and down and the all times man want to cheat and stuff like that. Because if I be with you, I gonna be loyal because I don't want when no woman see my man or man and see my woman I don't want no man see my man and laugh after him and say, oh, look I'm going with her and stuff like that. And we are going with something different. So I don't play any kind of game. No man is supposed to laugh after my man or point finger and call him no name. So respect always due. That's how it's. I don't have time for cheating. So therefore now, when we move on where I'm living now, this day I see him on his phone and he's laughing and stuff outside. I don't really pay much mind to that because when I have any problem and any situation, I wasn't thinking about cheating. And then the other day, I see he send like a little kissy bubble stuff, one of them emoji stuff, but I don't really pay that no mind still. 2 days after he leave and he go work, when he come back, I see a icky. I see a icky on his neck. I question him about it, and he's like, "Oh, something bite him and whatever and stuff." For some reason, I don't know. My spirit was humble. I did not get upset about it much, even though part of me is still thinking about it. I just don't really, I don't know why I didn't have that kind of push and interest so much in that icky, which I do know it's a icky. I find myself being too humble. So I just like, God, handle it, because everything I just say, God, handle this. Because you know my temperament is not easy. And I need to stay calm because I really don't want to get myself in a problem. So like he went to work and when he come back I see the icky. And then he went to work and therefore he have to stay over because he do a double shift. All right, he come home the next day after that. When he come home, I was sharpening the knife. And when I was sharpening the knife, I sharpened it so much it even sliced my hand. And he like, babes, why you sharpen me knife? I'm say, I don't know. I just have to use it on you, but just that was just a joke.
Little did he
So
know that the knife was being sharpened for him, eh?
yeah.
but then again, see, this whole something bite me on my neck thing, a regular occurrence, man. Man said that all well.
Yeah, so therefore he just said that. So I know that I'm not fully, but I don't know. As I tell you, most like the Spirit of God was ushering me.
Mhm.
So therefore, normally I like to push my bed to the corner at times. Woman love change up at times. So I put that day before I did change up the house, I push it. So therefore he decided he need to sleep at the corner because I'm the one who get up earlier than he do to send my daughter to school. So therefore he like, okay, you sleep at the end. But that time I so tired, I take the corner. He are the one who stay at the end at that time. So in the night, I fall asleep so early, about 6 o'clock. I fall asleep and stuff because, as we said, we don't have any problem and thing. So when I fall asleep about 11 o'clock, I feel like somebody pam me on my shoulder. So when I wake up, there was no one. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know who now. But I never said nothing of mine. And I end up go back go lay down because I'm really tired. So therefore, when I go back and I go sleep again, I feel pam on my shoulder. There is nobody again. I just get up angry now. I'm say, God, what you want now? Me I sleep and you still you stay? Me I sleep and you really come wake me up? When you wake me for now? Because me not even no problem when I have enough.
Hold on. Wait there. Me hear right a while ago, when you say you asleep and God can wake you up, and you say, God, will you come wake me up for?
Yes, because sometimes I so tired because I have a situation which I end up become panic. I experience my body, my life leaving my body. So therefore, from that, I have a sleeping problem. So that's the reason why. So therefore, this sleep comes so early for me now. It's like goal. I don't want to give it up for nothing. So now when the Spirit of God start wake me up now, me end up vexed. But I know it's a good thing because either he try to humble me for something or take me out of a situation. So me like get up and vex, and just as how me talk to you all just now, that's the same manner I just get up and I like, oh God. The way I'm telling my brains can't function even for read even one scripture, not even for pray. So when I go pray, hey, our Father, may I say no, may I ask you, just accept it. Tomorrow may I go pray to you, good. Just accept our Father. I'm like, no, not praying time. Go and get the phone. I'm like, get the phone? Me? My grandmother tell me, say, why I don't see? I don't leave me and touch him phone. I'm going to lay down and he wake me up again. I'm like, oh gosh, me not going to sleep in a peace. Let me get this man phone. That time he asleep, good. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going to take the phone. When you go ahead, I'm going to get his phone. The phone turn off. I'm say, Father, you see? A good thing this. This is a sign. The phone turn off. That means I'm not supposed to turn on the phone. Me I go back up and beg a leader. And I'm like, no, turn on the phone. I'm say, God, I turn it on. I'm turn on the phone. I'm like, Father, you see? It have a password. Tell me, oh, me, I got to pull this now because the amount of zigzag me see he do, this pattern thing. I don't know how to pull this.
So you were just attached to God every step of the way, so?
Every step of the way, just the way you hear me talk to you, just the same manner. I don't know who believe in a God, but when you have the relationship with God, trust me, He really do work on your behalf.
So when
you have to have the faith.
So when you say that to God, what God say? I joke.
When I said that to him, he said that don't worry. Just do what I said. Just put your finger on it. I will draw the pattern. And he said that, you know what? Go in the bathroom. But therefore, when I went in the bathroom now, I tried to draw the pattern. I'm like, God, guess what? But you see, me don't know it. That means me not to pull it. And so he like do it again. And he then pull the second time, the third time he pull. I'm like, Jesus, no man, you up to something. And I say, no man, something really like phone. So I say, so I block it back. And I say, God, you see for you, let me just do it one time again and let it pull. And I did it one time again and it pull. I'm like, and he like, okay, all right, go and look now. I'm start look first. I look into Messenger. I don't see nothing like to get me upset. I'm like, okay, whatever, nothing there. Then I look in WhatsApp and I start read some message and I say, you know what? Let me go and check like who he call most. I'm like, but wait, this man I call me much. And then one to this number but pop up much. But yet it's still never really too, as me tell you, the sleep was more to me more than anything else. I still feeling sleepy. So what I did, I like, okay. I read few message. I'm like, oh yeah, nothing. It's not any that's supposed to get me upset like that. Let me get mad. So when I went in there and I tried, I'm like, okay, nothing on this to let me get upset. I'm like, all right, just hang up this phone and go to my bed now. So when me I tap it to come off, I just see a naked picture like that. Boom, right up. I'm like, Jesus, wisdom, Father God, this you want me see? Murder! What is so same time, the devil stepping and just say, yo, go for the knife.
Hold on, man, you move a little too fast. Hold on, man. Hold on. You say, when you're there on the chat, you don't say nothing, just a regular conversation.
Right, because when somebody send you like pictures, you would have to go on them page and tap it up for the picture come up to see all the pictures that they send you. But I did not do all that. I did just read some message, but the photo wasn't there. So therefore, you have to actually go on them page and the little part where you go on them name, and then you just see where you can see their telephone numbers and you just see all the photos that they send you. I did not do that. I just did read few message and then I just tapping off to come off of it. So same time the picture just come up in my face like that. I mean, like say, oh, okay, Father, this is what you want me to see. I'm like, man, I'm like, somebody just didn't know. I'm saying, bumps, the knife did come. Let me go for the knife quick and fast. Yeah. So, and I say, oh, that's
so hold on, man. No, man, wait there. So you talk to God, but at the same time you sharp up a knife and wait and prepare.
No, the knife it did already sharpen through the day, remember? Because I was using it. So wherever you have the Spirit of God speaking to you, the devil gonna come in with his plan too. So you have to be wise to know when God is speaking and the devil. Because the devil always speaks louder than the voice of God. The voice of God is very humble. You have to have and pray for that spiritual ears to listen and can know the difference of it. Because when you speak, it makes a difference in your body, trust me, than the devil. Because a lot of people go with the louder voice, which is the devil, which that's the wrong one.
Okay.
So now, the devil start up loud up in my ear. You get me? So I go ahead and me get the knife. And first, when I get the knife, the Spirit of God just said, guess what? Send them to your phone quick and fast because he will delete them and you're not going to have no evidence. So I do it. And I send them to my phone quick and fast and save everybody and everything in a different areas where you can't touch them. Even if he delete, I still can get them back. So therefore, I do that
you're
first.
You're curious, right? I'm listening, and I'm very curious. How is it that God not tell these other women where they on the stream right here? So say, listen, you need to go in your phone, and you need to find this, and you need to screenshot this and send it to your phone.
The thing about it is, as the Bible said, you have to have that personal relationship with God. It depends on how you pray, what you prayed for, because God knows what we want, but you have to pray definitely. Because I do give my relationship from day one to God. Because I cannot steer it alone. You know how man steer, and I'm tired for being treated and all of that.
But
so I say, God, listen.
But
this one is
some people in the chat would say it's called female intuition. So would you say it's more God speaking to you, or is it female intuition?
On that. No, definitely God. No, I don't think that way, because at times you think that way and you end up becomes wrong and you have the big problem in your relationship. No, I don't do that.
Right.
That would almost like say you judge people like on a one-on basis, and then you're gonna have that kind of problem. Time. So I don't let the devil that kind of way there. I have to see with my own eye. God have to show me that.
All right.
So therefore, maybe it sounds impossible to some people because they may not have that type of relationship, because we have to learn how to pray and what you prayed for.
Somebody say we understand because she has got a good friend. All right, we get it. We get it.
So therefore, when I do that now and I go and I hold the knife for his neck now and the other picture, never really to knock up with it. I knock up with the one that's naked. So I just call his name like 2 times. The way how I call it, trust me, it's supposed to be like earthquake in his sleep. He just wake up one time and he and I call it, and same time It's like he brings flashback and know that I charmed that knife, so he just stays still, don't move, none at all. He just stay there. And because he know my temperament, because we end up getting our situation before, and even though he a police to do all my head crazy when he chip out, he have to call a police to cram that down. And me, you put the two of them out of my room and got my bed left the three of them. Me tell them they can go have conversation. So I guess he remember the situation, so he just stay still.
Well,
He don't move.
It's all like you want hot-head long time, you know.
It's not hard-head. I just can't deal with bullshit because I'm straightforward, just like that.
Mhm.
If me go over the moon, me tell him me go over the moon and I eat that. I just so me stay.
All right.
We can reason about it or whatever you make, but me go over the moon, me go over the moon. And so therefore that's the way how I need you to deal with me. Not try beat round a bush. Let me see what we can do and reason about. But he don't move. I don't think he even want to breathe because he know how sharp the knife be. But therefore he just lay down and I said, explain this to me, like, no. And his tears just started flow and he started crying and stuff. And he like just move the knife. I'm like, what? Any move me, I move it, me, I wipe it. I said, boy, how much time me tell you said, don't mess with me. If you did just want a sex relationship and not too serious, tell me so me can make up my mind and have a ball. But when you tell me you want something serious, then now you play all of this crap out. This is exactly what me tired of. So me ready for to slice this, I go over river, throw your ass over there, come back, come lay down in the bed now, peace.
Hold on.
You get what me I say?
Hold on, man.
Oh.
Me never ready for that one day a while ago. I'm sure enough.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure enough I listen to them never ready. What you say you didn't prepare for though?
Just slice in it, kind of stream over the river. Come back, lock my door, and I just sleep in peace, harmony, because I do want him before. My spirit already make peace with that long time. But that's not what God wants. So because God know how serious I am within my heart, and then the devil talking low, just wipe it. I'm like, and like I said, explain this to me, and he opened up his mouth, and then I said, listen, if you ever want things say you're mad or you're crazy or you're sick, just tell me that. When me going at your phone, just say it. Just even start with just the beginning of it and see what happening in this house tonight. Just the beginning, and he like, oh no, I said that you have a right for going on my phone. And he like, just move the knife. I'm say, no, talk up. He like, it only started 2 weeks. And because them other police boost him up and whatever and all this bullshit, because they always have a ton of women and stuff. So therefore he decided to go and try this too. And he like, it's just the first time I ever cheat on you. I'm like, it's not even supposed to be first time. Should not even think about it. And then he cried, so just move the knife. I'm like, the only person can move this knife from the neck tonight. I just got. And same time when I said that, when you open the freezer, you feel this coldness come up on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel up on me. A coldness, a chillness. And then when I feel it, I can't do what I would want to do on the outer person, but the inner person, I'm raging. I want to get mad. I end up on he thinks I'm start get crazy because me start to argue with God. Because I'm like, God, why you just let me just kill this boy? Why so hard in the hit? Why you have to go intervene in the hit? It was like, God, why you just let me just kill this man and done? Why you know you want to come calm? You're confusing my brains, boss. And he like, oh no. As I tell you, he's so calm. The spirit of God so calm. That's the thing that they let me even more upset because it's so calm. Mm-hmm. Because I won't get mad. I want to do something to him and the spirit of God won't let me. And then he like, oh no, that's not the way how we gonna work. I don't show you all this you kill him. I show you all this to let your relationship be stronger. Because he did just get through like a couple months ago to migrate. He was going to migrate. He said, this is the reason why I show you all this. But this man will appreciate you more. I mean, like, let me tell you this, Father God. I don't want to appreciate me more. I want to appreciate him because I also want to cut him up and throw him over the river. And he like, oh, Just stop saying that. I'm like, listen to me. If you ever open your mouth one more time, listen. Don't open your mouth. It's like how God let me upset now. Just don't open your mouth. Just don't say nothing. Say, okay, me not say anything. And you're crying and apologize. I'm like, hey, just don't talk. So I come to this point where it's like I could hardly breathe. And he asks me, like, oh, just breathe, babes, just breathe. I'm going to say, listen, just don't touch. Don't touch. Don't even say anything. Let me and God work all this part. I don't know what he do. And then I can't able to breathe again. So I cried for about 3 days. And when I was crying, and trust me, I was crying. And then like the third day, it don't matter what food my aunt bring to me or whatever. He just like the food can't go down. So I tell myself, me not pray. You know, me vex now with God. Me not talk to him. Me not pray. Me not say nothing. So he allowed me for me look at 3 days. The third one now he come. The fourth day he come and my aunt they bring some food. I did not eat it. So about like 12 o'clock I eat the food in the night. And I was watching a movie, and then like after I eat the food, I was really enjoying the movie. And then after tears start to run again, I'm like, Jesus, in a real life, why am I supposed to cry? Eh? Why am I supposed to cry? You tell me why am I supposed to cry for like me and eat that I cry about one little man, one little idiot man? Why? And then somebody end up get so crazy and start cuss out now. I say, Father God, why am I supposed to cry? Not him supposed to cry. You're not even let me get the chance to cut him. Not even want to slice. And then me sit down and cry like me idiot. I'm going to say, listen, dry these tears. And trust me, when I say dry these tears, it was dry. I feel like nothing at all never happened to me. My heart becomes so smooth, no heartache, no pain. It's like it never happened. And then I watching the movie, I may enjoy it and stuff. My daughter end up even hear me and laugh and say, oh, mommy, that's the way it's supposed to be happy. And say, oh, you mean, babes? Of course. Why not? Of course you're going to be happy. And you're going to let this man pat me down. Seriously? So he can't always go on. Right now, I'm slipping from my heart right now and just move on. So the movie over and I go to my bed. When I go to my bed, who will pamper me again? Jesus. You know, after all this tiredness, you know, God pamper me. And I say,
so somebody say, oh, you one can bad up God, so. Oh, you're rough.
no, because at the type of ignorance, see, because of everything will happen and he know your prayer and it's like he on his side, you know, because God, he do listen to us and we allowed to get upset as well. Because he get upset too. So therefore now, he wake me up again and say, pray. I say, again? I say, all right, they will pray. I say, you know, our Father may go say, because everything our Father may say, I say, our Father lead into our prayers and stuff, and the things that I was praying for in the prayer. And he tell me that he definitely going to fix it and stuff, and things. So therefore, in the morning, he called me. And he called me. I was so calm. So because the way I was so calm, he afraid of me. So he don't want to come home because he's so scared of me. So he go and he stay by his mommy. So therefore he have a early morning shift. He do morning shift in the night now. He like called me and said, "Me can come over there tomorrow." I'm like, all right, cool. He want to talk. I say, we want to talk about, you don't have anything to say to me. And you're like, yeah, I need to talk to you. So at the bus stop where he is now in Kingston, he told me that he going to go have a view and see one of his friends in the period of the night. And then nothing more than me o'clock him. And then the time when he called me, it's like there's a woman back and forth. He like, okay, let me call you back. I'm like, oh yeah, not more than that girl gonna come close to where he is. So therefore he try cut the call. And I was gonna call him back and me like, sure. Not even call him back. He come back the same minute, like she walk away and go and do something. It's like some busybody girl. So therefore no, when he called me back, he stuck again. The person come close, he cut me call. I'm like, okay, this man really think me stupid. All right, let's play along with him. And I say, God, this a man who you really pick up for want me be humble and I want to do anything to him. All right, you do your thing. So when he say he go by his friend now and stuff, and I time him, it was too fast. He couldn't read that fast. same time, his phone is like, as he finished talking, he hung up and he called me and he like, babes, me reached by my friend. So when me said that, you know what, I go and call him back and tell him I need to talk to that friend. You're not supposed to have a problem with that. And then before me even think of it, and same time I'll pick up the phone, that's his phone to call me. See how God good? Even though his phone shut off as he finished talk, the phone called me back. Who can tell me still not God do it? Call me back. And when I answer, I may say hello, hello. It's not him on the line, it's in his pocket. He shirt pocket. And I hear a girl say to him, call him by his name and say, don't walk there, so walk here, so because rain they fall the day. And he said, no, man, I go, they gonna walk there. The same time when he go inside the house now, I hear Miss Biz Bad and Bull come in and say to him and call him by his name and say, you Mr. Effrey, from your old man find out about we. You know, call me back or anything. And he like, listen, I love her. I mean, I left her. We've been to too much and stuff like that. So he like, at that I got see and whatever. And she start with her whole ton of cuss out and whatever and stuff. I'm like, okay, then. So this is in friend house. All right, cool. I love your friend house, but that's what me saying on my mind. So therefore, he said, listen, me just come get me thing and go away. And she said, you're not left out of this. What's it? Not tonight, not left out. So what he tell me after what she did is close the door and throw the key outside so he can't come out. So he have to end up sleep where she had. So at the time when I did look on the text, right? When I tell you I was going through the phone at first, I can't remember the last 4-digit number, but I couldn't remember the first 3 because now me ring back in phone, his phone dead. So therefore, it's because he did have a battery problem. So I'm like, God, listen, I need this girl number like fast. I need this girl number just now.
Now tell me, say God give
and
you a
you
number.
know what? Of course, God give me the first 3. Of course. Like hey, when I say God, just one dial right now, God. That time I mean, you know, right on my bed, I say, God, one dial and just let it be she. And God, you know this girl's so terrible because she's ghetto. I can't deal with them ghetto people. So just listen, I don't want to cuss out. I just want to give him the phone, let me talk to him. And I know with she because me and she not there. So therefore, when I call, it's definitely she, of course, come on the line and I say, thank you, God. And she like, what? I'm saying, ain't that not good for you? I'm saying, listen, give him the phone. Oh, when you want to kill me off. And she hung up the phone. And said, no one take the phone. And she hung up. I'm saying, God, I can't deal with them temperament people here. You know what? Since you do all this, guess what? May I call back and let this girl just do as I said. When I call her back, she was so humble. And trust me, I said, thank you, God. She like, what you say? I said, no, not you. And I said, put the phone on speaker. And she did. And trust me, she put the phone on the speaker. And when she put the phone on speaker, she, I said, well, may I say, I'm just hang up the phone. I said, thank you for obeying God. I said, come to the girl, I said, don't worry yourself. I just hung up my phone, I'm there here, I'm good. And in the night, I start crying again. And then I said, what the hell may I cry for? I stop crying. I said, God, listen to me. Let me tell you this now, because right now, me ready. This boy, this girl, this hours a night, don't worry yourself. And me there so by myself when he should apologize, listen to me, God. You see a man in 6 o'clock, 6 right and did that, not even one pass, 6 and did that. Make sure him call me. Make sure you make up his mind because me make up mine. And you see when in my heart, me make it up. Me not kill this idiot if he left me picnic and go prison. So guess what? Make up this man mind. You see, in the morning, he have to go work. Listen, listen to me.
What are they? What are they? Clara say, how you get the number? Clara, you know, hear the woman say, God give her the number. Clara, you know, listen, Clara.
She not listen. God let me remember the first 3, but I only remember the last 4, but not the first 3. So he just fixed it, so I get that.
Now I cut it right there, so doesn't mean that the story ended. If you want to listen to the rest of it, click the link that's in the description. It will take you on over to the live channel where you can listen to the rest of this same story in its entirety. When you go over there, please click the subscribe button over there as well. Hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications. So once we go live, You can get notified over there to participate. Call in, share your views, your opinions, and give your take. And also remember, hit the subscribe button right here on the recap channel. So once we drop a recap, you can see the video that you probably missed. Listen me. Until the next Unstoppable recap, stay strong, stay motivated, but most of all, remain unstoppable.
Unstoppable.